got a guy in the blue color. It says he brings life, but he's actually Shelty. Playing as Set.
And we got our probably a most known person at this point. Maybe Chemo takes that title, but it's Matreiuss on Poseidon.
And Matreiuss has been streaming a lot though, so he's getting there.
Yeah.
I guess the question is he as much of a character as Chemo? He's a lot friendlier.
It's a lot more, how do you say it? He's always there. Like, he's always on time. Good stuff. He's always playing Poseidon. Very
Oh,
consistent.
I was referring to, Chemo being a villain character. He often fights people.
Okay.
Like more. But you need those. You need those to be a diverse cast. Otherwise, if everyone's a good guy, then there's no fighting.
Yeah. Some people like that too, though, but I think the AOT community likes the reverse. I think they want everyone to be fighting.
Yes. The more bloody noses, the better. We've got Heartless Folly for relics. We've got the Trios Bow, Pandora's Box, and I can't see the fourth relic. The Trios Bow is a good one, for sure. Scare Pendant, okay, that's epic. If Shelty gets that, he could actually do a decent Scare play, maybe with Shifting Sands, but obviously Set doesn't have Eclipse, so that isn't an option.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't really see this matchup much anymore. The Set versus Poseidon. It's always like either Ra against Poseidon or, I don't see much Set. I see Zodiac playing Set, but that's about it.
Everyone broke up with Set kind of as of late since the Shifting Sands changes. But
yeah, I think it was a bit of a shift from Set to Ra, and then Ra got nerfed as well, and then they shift kind of away from Egyptian as a whole.
Yeah, might see a small resurgence of Isis on at least the water maps.
Yeah.
We've seen some of that on Anatolia at least. Not so much on Midgard, surprisingly enough. People don't want to play Midgard that much though.
Yeah, I think that's probably the main reason. Although, yeah, again, Ice is a very good pick on that map. I see there's Hyena killing some caribous here on the far right.
that's BM.
That's leaving one alive to tell the story.
A little bit surprised that the priest hasn't been out there trying to grab these animals to convert them. But then again, the scout of Matreiuss here has been bothering that priest for a while now. Already at half health.
Yeah, he's had to retreat, unfortunately.
Getting started on the chicken.
So I'm curious what the plan is for Set. Is he gonna go Anubis, or is he gonna go kind of boomy with like 4 TC booming and then just I don't know. I want to see.
Very late advance, so I'm kind of inclined to think it's not Anubis. Because you can't go in there with the Anubite and do too much work against 2 heroes and the Centaur.
It's got only one monument only, so it's not like a heavy myth unit play if you don't have the second monument.
No, I would vouch for the TC play here, for sure. The back one is relatively close to the second gold mine as well, so you just make a tiny wall there.
Yeah,
and it should be good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Is the forest complete? No, but close enough.
But on the other hand, being a Set, you kind of also don't want to play like you're a Ra. I don't think that's on paper. I don't think that sounds very good, but I don't know.
Especially giving the map to Matreiuss is always a pain point when you do. He just walls you off.
Oh, there's the Theseus harassment incoming. Together with his good buddy Kataskopos.
Well, Hermes is almost done, so I'm sure they'll be joined by Hippolyta in a moment, as well as the Centaur. That's kind of gonna put an end to this hunting party. Is converting the caribou. Only a few left. But then again, Alfheim is kind of one of those maps with not that much hunt. Oh, Match is going for his own back TC, actually. Okay, very interesting.
Matt's playing it safe. There's some deer there, so he has a bit bit going from there, but not much
Oh, it's
gold.
5. That's pretty good.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking as alternative for Shelty is a fast heroic, but I don't think that really works that well. So okay, there's the vision. Let's see what he's gonna do with it.
Oh,
So
do
he's
you think he's
shifting.
gonna stop this TC? I think you can
It
see
could
it. Yeah,
it
you
could
can.
force a ceasefire. That's all he could do.
It's good enough, but he's not getting
Uh,
it.
is
Oh
that worth a
man.
shifting sands though? I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't trade shift for ceasefire either personally.
Fair enough.
Okay, so they're both playing it safe. I think that favors Poseidon, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you can still make some big plays happen with shift later, but oh, the centaur is dead.
Yeah,
Yikes.
quick, unfortunate.
Wall pieces coming up for Matreiuss. Grabs a relic there. Very nice garrison on the Hippolyta, just skipping walk time for the TC.
Yeah. I see
Teleport
Matt's
OP.
already walling off the map.
Yeah.
This is how you play this game at the highest level. You have to wall up at 6 minutes. It's time to lock it down.
Grabbing the trios bow too. Now that's a good one. The Tuxodes will be super happy. They'll be almost the same range as chariots with that. Good stuff. Oh, he might. Oh, he's playing the cows. So good.
Yeah. Yeah, is that what Shelty was really looking for with the vision?
I don't
Because
know, but Matt wasn't giving him the chance.
Yeah, Matt had them split from the first minute in the game already, so he was ready for it. It's not gonna happen to him.
Oh
Just need to
no,
be careful.
Hagrid! Shelty got the villager bug where they keep twitching over the unfinished building. He couldn't make
Oh,
the
where's that?
barracks, they were just twitching there.
Oh.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
worst when that happens. So hard to spot as well if you look away.
Yeah. Lucky, was that only on 2 villagers?
Oh
Or
yeah,
more?
just the 2.
Okay. Well, hopefully the damage is not too bad then.
Yeah, I mean, he could just go heroic with that in mind, so that's probably the move to do because Matreiuss is being pretty slow as well on getting going with the military.
Yeah, it's quite tough because there's no hunt. I mean, he's got the deer in the back, but he doesn't want to like exhaust it too quickly either,
Yeah,
and
having
then
to
have
go
to
for the
hurry into
cow
farms.
and, berries, they're so slow. Even with husbandry, just extra money that you need to spend there.
So Shelty's already getting ready for his farm transition. He's got Shadoof, he's getting plow, getting ready to slap down a bunch of farms. But he's not gonna have the rain for it. Okay, Shelty's gonna put down the walls now because he realized, there might be some pressure on the horizon, and hopefully he's on time. I think he might be just a bit too late here to get the walls up.
If they can go in through the corners.
Oh, he's attacking the wall, not the villager.
I mean, Polita's attacking the villager at least, but yeah, this is not getting repaired. Shelty will need to make a new one or something.
Yeah, he probably could, yeah. Just slap down a new one and you're fine. I don't know if Shelty's realizing that though. A master waller would realize that, but I don't think Shelty is the best when it comes to just walling.
Right. It's already been meta to do that, but Vubly changed it further so that the repair rate is actually slower than that of a normal building. So it's even more the case now.
Well, he's empowering building this wall up, so it's going to give him a bit of time, but there is still, he can still walk around it.
That's a big army. He'll have to shift them
Yeah.
into his base or something. And that's a small enough army, to be honest, that he can still do it, but add a few units to it and not going to be the case anymore.
But
Neftis
Shelty is 50% Neftis already, so it should be good to go here, I think. He'll just be able to place a mid-goal a bit just in front of his TC, hopefully, and that should hopefully go up with enough villagers.
Yeah, I agree.
Scorpion Man and Wadjet. Or in fact, he could just ignore this. He's like, oh, all these units are over here. I'll just jump over to my 4 TC and just place it there. I think that would be a good choice to do. I think he's doing that actually.
Yeah, there is a decent gold mine right there, behind it. So maybe that's a place to go. Or don't tell me he's going for the other one. No, he's doing it right in front of his main gold.
Yeah, I mean, there's some Hippicons already there. He doesn't know that, of course, but... Well, he does know there's one, because it was hitting a granary.
Well, I guess he can make the best anti-cavalry unit, the Scorpion Man.
That's true. Getting a couple free picks here. The two Talks already dead and Hippicon about to die.
Oh, that's
there we
great.
go. Nice little victory there. Oh, careful though. Don't want to lose that Scorpion Man. Definitely don't want to lose him.
It's fine. Hippolyta is working for Shelty. Missing
Double
a few
agent.
shots. I think Matreiuss is looking for that heroic age based on his current resources. He stopped making units.
Yeah. Let's see what the plan is here. Because Matt can go through Dionysus and get all the cav upgrades, but on the other end, if he does that, Shelty has a really nice transition into Horus spears and absolutely counter that. So I wonder if that's even the plan for Matt. Let's see what he's gonna do.
I think he usually picks Aphrodite.
Yeah.
Let's just check these TCs.
It's also the safest late game choice going Aphrodite, like the building rates and just villager carry capacity, all that stuff is very nice.
Yeah, I think Dionysus is like one of those things that you want to do against an Isis, but not the other two Egyptians, just because of Horus.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna get a raid on this gold mine, but Shelty is the absolute monster when it comes to fighting with villager. He will just it doesn't matter how many units you've got. Shelty's fighting it.
Those are not Age of Empires 2
winning the
knights,
fight.
that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely not. I would like to see a second monument from Shelty as well, but I think Shelty's actually trying to maybe go mythic. I mean, he made a market, but doesn't have the resources for it at all.
It is gonna take a while, and you know what? These Hippicons are actually doing great against the Chariots, already getting like 7 kills or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Chariots are focusing on Hippolyta here, which then they managed to pick her off, but at the cost of, like a bunch of Chariots, so maybe a worthwhile trade after all for Matt. And Aphrodite about to kick in.
Oh, that's gonna be
quite a
huge
bit
curse.
of a swing. Yeah, if he's should be clearing almost all the Chariots if he
Look
does
at
it
this,
here.
he's weakening them even to reduce the HP pool, getting even more targets.
Second Scorpion Man though. So yeah, he can't actually push in here, but okay. Let's see what Shelty's gonna do here. He's gonna have to try and get something done, either maybe a 30C, now that he's got the unit advantage. I think he's going for that. His eco's looking really tight, and he doesn't have hand axe. But he's got a lot on wood.
I'm so surprised that Matreiuss isn't looking for the third TC, but maybe it's because he's actually scared of Horus. Probably shouldn't be this scared though.
The villagers are coming in to try and stop the TC. Nemean line actually a bit of a problem here because he doesn't have any priests or heroes. He's got a pharaoh over there, but it's not in position to fight it.
Yeah, man, 60% pierce armor on this thing. Chariot's not gonna do anything.
And yeah, Hippolyta's there, Atalanta.
Scorpion down, nice.
But I think still after all this, the Nemean line is not winning the fight on its own. It needs more support.
It also looks like the TC will come up. The kitchen knife's not strong enough.
The pharaoh's gonna go down though. There's the ancestors. Is that gonna force cease? Matt doesn't want to cease this because this TC is going up, but I think he's just gonna retreat this and be happy he's forced ancestors and save cease for another day.
He has to respect it, I think. Shelty gets the TC in the end. Matreiuss can think about Mythic and Earthquaking this though.
Matt's looking to build the other TC on the top side.
That's also fine. Have we got any heroic age upgrades on these villagers? So we've got irrigations, none of the stuff for the villagers though. From Aphrodite at least. Heavy Cav is coming in, Shaft Mine. Okay. He's getting his economy in order for sure.
Yeah, Shelty must notice at this point that the TC is being taken, so he can try and stop it and at least force ceasefire after all, which would be a small win for him. Or Matt will just sacrifice his villagers potentially.
I think he's trying to run into the chariots with this Hippicon army, but there's 3 spearmen as well, so they're causing problems.
Yeah, he did just get heavy hip, so they're fairly strong, but still not quite enough, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think 10 of them are 17 chariots strong.
He's getting copper shields and spirited charge though, so once those kick in, that might just be enough with
Yeah,
the
then we're
heroes as well
talking.
with backup.
It looks like Hagrid, sorry, Shelty doesn't want to, how you are Hagrid. Looks like Shelty doesn't want to trade here, but he also kind of does, but he doesn't. Very indecisive here. Heavy chariots are in at
It's quite an
least.
even trade, but in the end, Matt's happy with it because he's getting HDC up without having to use ceasefire. Tox are getting absolutely massacred by chariots though.
Oh,
They
yeah.
even have... Oh, the Tox have the line of sight relic. The range relic, I mean. So that's
Yeah,
pretty
they do.
nice.
Eventually they'll be able to match them up, but you need champion talks,
Yeah.
not these basic crappy ones.
And in this stage in the game, movement speed's still very important as well. Whereas in late game,
Yeah.
that becomes much less important. But looking at Matt's resources, he's ready to go. He's ready to go mythic.
Anytime now.
In fact, Shelty's anticipating it so hard, he's spamming granaries around his DC already, even though he's not even close to mythic.
Hey, it's not the Matreiuss market. It's almost at the corner of the map.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't count, right? It's fine now.
Oh, the good part is, if this wall goes up, he's got this corner basically secured.
Yeah.
Wait, it's not... Oh yeah, that's the other corner. Never mind. But yeah, he's got that corner, and yeah, he's preparing that left corner. So you know, the longer this
Scare
goes,
pendant right there. Someone pick. So such a good relic, seriously. Even if Matreiuss
yeah.
steals it with Atalanta, like on Helipolis, that thing is insane.
yeah, I mean, on Vubli it's only 20% instead of 100 or 50.
Well, yeah, but still.
But yeah, it's still good. Yeah. Okay, the Shelties realized even this is not a fight villagers want to pick against Atalanta.
Yeah, she running. Can we have faced this?
Oh, what? Yeah, okay. I mean, you know, late game sets hopeless against Colossus, so it does make sense in a way. But Shelty just knows that Matt likes to go Artemis, so he's gone granaries. In fact, this is not nearly enough. I guess it got fortified now, but he definitely needs Masons as well if he wants to counter Artemis, which he doesn't know isn't coming.
Well, that's a really good army by Matreiuss for sure. We've got the copper shields and spirited charge that you were talking about earlier, and it's sure showing in this performance against the heavy chariots.
Yeah. The medium spearmen are not enough either. Like, there's not enough numbers. No. There's no. He's gonna have to get like heavy units to even combat these Hippicons here.
Yeah, maybe heavy spears with armor upgrades that would do it, but this is a tough one. And Shelty coming here with the villagers is a little bit over the top.
Yeah.
Just gonna tap out.
GG. Yeah. Yeah, I was worried this is how the game was going to turn out if the set just plays like a Ra, essentially.
That's exactly what it was. Matreiuss outperformed him in terms of resources, and I think the kill count was fairly even, but still in favor of Matreiuss. Obviously, the Egypt units are lighter, so that is expected. But yeah, the total resources curve, my goodness. So good for Matt. Okay, crew, this is a bit of a weird one. So we've got ourselves a very different matchup. Matreiuss is going for in the blue color.
And guess what Shelty is playing? It's also Thor. Okay, this is interesting.
Yeah, even Soup was playing Thor earlier, so I guess we should rename this the tournament.
Well, unfortunately, Shelty did manage to knock Soup out of the tournament, so don't know if Thor's the right call here. I mean, it's not a bad map for Thor by any means. I would have just thought like Shelty, Watering Hole. Okay, time for set. It's a great set map, especially against Norse.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean that
I don't know.
would be a disaster for Norse. Honestly, your only play is Ragnarok. Maybe a
Yeah,
very powerful flaming weapons timing in heroic could work, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Thor not so much. Like it's not as powerful. You just don't get all the myth spawns. You get all the free favor. I mean, you get some free favor, but not as crazy as Loki usually gets it. Yeah, I don't know. This might just be a straight up full frontal in the middle Thor war, or maybe even a boomy Thor war. Who knows? That's the crazy part about mirrors. You can play it in multiple ways, and it works because it's a mirror. Like
Yes, sir.
you need to constantly adjust your strat based on what your opponent's doing.
Shelty's finding a good amount of piggies in the middle. Do you think it's better to scout the middle for that reason? Because they mostly spawn there.
Yeah, that's funny actually. That's not actually how it normally works or used to work. That's only since the Voobly map they made them spawn in the middle. So yes, it does make sense to scout the middle here, but not on EE, for example.
Got it.
Whereas it's actually the opposite on Marsh. On EE, they only spawn in the middle,
Yeah.
which again is equalized on Voobly. They spawn all over the place, but yeah. I kind of like the idea that the pigs are in specific areas of the map, so it prioritizes scouting there, makes it a bit different. But here it's more neutral. You can scout anywhere you want. Although, yeah, I do think that there's more space in the middle for them to spawn than on the sides. So in that sense, there's probably a bigger chance they spawn in the middle.
This time around, the relics are the Coppish of Horus and the Monkey Head. Not particularly exciting. I don't think you care too much about the Hersier against Mifionet here.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe later. Maybe once we get the heroic cages like battle boars on the field. Might take a while to deal with them, but maybe they go frost.
Yeah, both very viable, of course.
I think probably frost takes the cake here in the Thor war because it's just so safe. Like you can't go wrong with frost. You get eco, you get decent defensive and even somewhat offensive military. Oh, look at the age ups.
Okay.
Same time.
It's a mirror matchup, confirmed.
It's the mirror build order. So yeah, they both placed their stuff in their base. Both aged at the same time. Did they both make a Hersier? Yes, they did. I mean, that's expected, but...
Oh, I think he's going for the relic. Matreiuss is.
Oh yeah, that'll break up the mirror match here.
Finally comes to an end. Also, there's another difference. Shelty actually getting pickaxe, which Matreiuss doesn't like to do, I think.
Okay. Yeah, it could give Matt a little bit of more momentum getting his longhouses down quicker. But I think Shelty should have enough for 2. Whereas Matt's already sitting on like potentially 3 if he could place that all down, but let's see how it goes. Yeah, 2 for both.
Oh, okay.
I do think Thor can afford 3 though if he really wants. Because RC train really slow, and as long as you're not making Wolfsark, kind of everything trains moderately slow, you can afford 3 longhouses.
What is the deal, by the way, with both of them leaving the Dwarven mine alive? Is it for responding to raids?
it's their build order. Their build orders are based on not having 750 but only 500 gold in their base. So at this point in time, they're just not accounting for that extra gold, and they just continue their build as if it wasn't there. Yeah.
I guess the one use for that is now that, yeah, if they get raided, they can go back to it for a sec.
Yeah, for like 2 seconds.
They just whoop
I
it
mean,
up.
Matt
it's
actually has
gone.
like 400 gold still in it. That's actually a decent amount. Yeah, it's kind of funny to see these builds. It's like, yeah, this change doesn't exist. I'm just playing it like I used to. Couple free hits on that Valkyrie. Maybe a couple more if Shelty can get that Hershey. No, he can't. Pathing was not on his side.
So funny. The same thing is going on the other side.
Yeah. God, this mirror match. If it wasn't for the monkeys. Okay, Matt's
Monkeys
getting
together
hand axed.
strong.
Shelty already has hand axe, so that's okay. Yeah, Matt also has pickaxe now, so it really is quite mirrored. And in fact, the only difference I'm seeing is Matt's now going for armor upgrades, but Shelty is not yet. I don't see an armory anyway.
Getting earlier medium cap though. Oh,
Yeah,
the
that's
first
more
fight.
impactful probably. But yeah, you don't want to fight until you've at least got that upgrade in. But Matt's following up with medium cav shortly after, so that's not too bad.
Okay, Shelty does get away in the end. Won't have a easy way to heal these though. The Valkyrie is the only thing. Where is she anyway?
Kind of trapped. There's one way out, but you might have to run into an army to get out. I think the Valkyrie might die here. He's not paying attention.
Okay, solo, and there's forests everywhere.
But that does unfortunately mean that you're trading one Hersier for a Valkyrie in this main fight, which is looking to engage. Plus Matt's got the extra monkeys to soak up a bit of damage.
There's some pretty decent armor on those things.
I don't think this is a good fight for Shelty.
Not at all. The Valkyrie also adding a ton of damage. Oh, the forest fire.
Oh, I don't think that's a very good forest fire. This one? Wait, whose forest fire was this?
I think Matt's.
Oh, Matreiuss. Okay, that's even worse.
Yeah, Shelty just kind of got away, but he took like a tick of damage.
It took a tick on that Hersier maybe, but that's about it. I mean, the Hersier was slowing him down the whole time. But yeah, he's got no way to heal these low HP HC, whereas Matt still kind of gets some heals in.
Oh, he's not
intentionally
looking for
doing
that
it.
elephant group. That would be a huge raid if he got that.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think they'll be able to escape through the wall. Maybe lose 1 or 2 vills there, but... Yeah, you definitely want to see if you can find... Okay, the armory coming in for Shelty. He's like, oh, wait a minute. I think he's getting armory ups. Shelty managed to get through to the base. Matt's base wasn't fully walled. So now, although he knows it's coming, there might be a bit of a raid here.
Oh, he's looking for the vills.
But now the counter raid, but Shelty's defensive force looks a bit more in position to deal with it. And that might be a brutal raid. Matreiuss is gonna have to move quickly here. His RC are slowed down by this relic monkey. It's hurting him. The relic monkeys are hurting him.
Oh no.
Oh my
I did a
god.
hotkey for the team colors. What is it?
Alt F, I think.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Well, 3 low HP villagers do manage to make it out. But Shelty has force fire in the pocket. He can burn a hole somewhere and still escape with his raiding cap.
Yeah, he
So
absolutely
actually,
should.
these engagements are going pretty well for Shelty here.
Also, Matreiuss' Cav is totally trapped against a group that has more HP, so there's no way he's winning this.
And doesn't have force fire either, so can't do some kind of sneaky play or...
Also getting great pullback from Shelty.
Yeah, it's good. It's nice to see Shelty play this, honestly. Like, Shelty's really good at this kind of stuff. Had a bit of a, well, I wouldn't say rough start, but a slightly weaker start, but right now it's turning around. But, on the other hand, Matt's taking a TC in the middle.
Ooh, okay, that could turn
might
around
be...
things again.
Yeah, but
Once
that could
he
be...
catches up close.
Yeah. Could be equally risky, though, if Shelty's almost heroic in terms of resources banked. If he just comes in, goes heroic, and pushes this location, it's going to be even harder for Matt to get heroic on time with the TC and the raids happening against him.
True, it wouldn't be the worst idea right now to go for flaming weapons after all, but Shelty's actually just going Scotty.
Yeah, you can still push with Scotty. Just freeze your opponent's army. Like, it works just as well.
Yep.
The only downside is your opponent might have a counter frost if he does manage to get up, but another small victory there by Shelty, picking up another 3 villagers on the wood line. So he's staying ahead in that game. And, you know, he's on 90 pop, so he's still... I think he's going to take his own TC, actually. There's a couple units looking like they're about to take a TC, but
Yeah,
maybe they're waiting
maybe.
for the hill fort.
Didn't have the gold for now. Oh, wrong houses, okay.
There it is. There's the TC. Shelty can keep fighting these cav in the base. He's got 10 against 6. Granted, there's a couple low HP, but right now you want to fight rather than trickling in more damage. Yeah, there's
Okay,
more.
there's a lot more from Matreiuss,
There's a
and
lot more cav coming now.
if he pre-positions them somehow, that's gonna be very, very tough for Shelty.
Okay, at this point, Shelty just want to keep them busy. The longer you're keeping them busy, the more effective value you get from those raiding cav. Gonna be able to do some damage on the front here. So Matt's also gathering from the elephants here in the front. That might be stopped soon. That might be quite a brutal raid if he sees that.
Sorry everyone, I forgot the sounds again. They're back. Seriously, Voobly is so bad with that.
Oh,
Don't know
there
why.
we go. Shelty has frosted the gold mine and a bunch of raiding cav in the back. He's going to escape his 4 last raiding cav. And maybe try and mount a push on the front here. And yeah, again, Matt is not looking like he's going to hit a heroic anytime soon to try and counter frost or anything.
Yeah, and his gold economy is completely frozen right now. That's 12 dwarves right there being idle.
13
Won't be able
even.
to keep up for long.
Yeah, Shelty's eco isn't looking too great at the moment, but maybe that's just because he's producing a lot of units right now. So his banks are quite empty and he's not full pop. The frost's about to end as well. But yeah, I don't know. Matt's still, again, not going to be heroic anytime soon because his gold has been idle for so long. Oh, I didn't realize those 13 dwarves, but also 5 villagers, so it was 18 villagers idle there.
Oh, what? Right. That's insane.
So that's even more brutal than I thought.
Yeah, super well done by Shelty. Matreiuss is still idle there with the raiding cav. He really needs those guys up front here.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think there's a whole lot he can do here. He just needs to get full pop himself and try and win, or just defend, basically. And hope that his eco is going to catch up. But it is looking rougher and rougher for him to be able to do so with frost giants on the field.
Yeah, the idle cav was just too big of a mistake for this one.
Here they come. But yeah, most of the units have already died. If he can pick off the frost giant... Oh, Valkyrie's even coming in by Shelty.
2 of them? Wow.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a lot.
And if he can pump out some frost giants now soon as well.
Matreiuss is defending pretty decently considering how down he is in unit counts. But I'm not sure that will last much longer as Shelty is kind of killing what Matreiuss has. And the TC should be next.
Yeah, and on top of that, there's a bunch of villagers idle in the TC and stuff, so... I'll say the throwing axemen by Shelty. You know, they're good for building and stuff, but they're not really adding too much to this fight, this pure RC fight.
They're really not, no. And the RC do pretty good bonus against them too, so...
Yeah.
It's just not working out. Shelty is still ahead in the villager count, by the way.
Yeah, just the raids and stuff, just keeping him ahead in that sense. In fact, oh, the hunt has been found on the bottom left. That is
that's it.
devastating.
There is no way Matreiuss can bring this back now. I think that's just too much damage by Shelty
Yeah.
put on.
And he's gonna run into the other hunting patch.
2 TC by Shelty for a while now. He's gonna max out on villagers, I think, and just push the Ragnarok button.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't even really need to. He can just keep making units. Yeah. Okay, now Matt's doing the Vil fighting and stuff. There's a couple of Hearses dealing with the Valk. But, you know, Shelty knows this is here now, so he doesn't have to fight this army. And can just focus on hitting the Vils here.
Yeah, he's bringing a second raid group.
There we go. One of the Hearses is down. The other one was already dead, basically. Raiding Matt into submission here. Copper weapons incoming and medium infantry as well by Shelty. So he's looking like he's got resources to spare at this point. Whereas Matt actually also has resources to spare, but no food.
Very similar upgrades overall too. Now Shelty is kicking in. Heavy Cab, Winter Harvest, Plow.
Yeah. Now all the good stuff is coming out. And Shelty's farm transition. God, the Dwarven Mine blocking all his farms.
He really hates that change.
He already feels guilty for gathering 11 more gold than he technically should have been able to. Alright, GG, well played to Shelty.
Yeah, that equalizes series for now, and Matreiuss is gonna be in a bit of trouble as this is the best of 3. He can't throw another game. Not to say he threw this.
Yeah, it was a peculiar pick. I mean, I know I've seen Matt play Thor, but I don't know, they just go Hades, right? Or Zeus then?
Yeah, just go your best gods. It's serious business, right?
Yeah.
Alright, bit of a mix up there. Matreiuss has picked a god he already used and won with on Anatolia, so he doesn't get that game anymore. Shelty got to pick a map as punishment to Matreiuss and picks the most open, biggest map of all time. Playing as Odin on it. Arctic Craters is the map.
Okay. This might have been the biggest mistake Matt's ever made.
Yeah, he's never done this before. Sure.
That's a big oof. This is not a matchup that I would favor Zeus on. This map, ooh. This is the most beautiful Odin map if there is one.
You could play Centaurs. That's like the one thing that would work well here. But on Vubli, Centaurs aren't as good.
I don't know. Like, I think at this point Centaurs is okay, but you use them more against units rather than villagers.
Mm-hmm.
And in that sense, they're still perfectly fine. They're the same as they always have been.
Maybe he's gonna cosplay Poseidon as well with the Hippicon.
Yeah.
If you take good fights, you might be able to beat the raiding Cav onslaught, but
yeah, I'm
then you also have to
worried
worry
for
about
Wolfstarks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it doesn't make sense for an Odin to go mass Wolfstarks into Zeus until you see he's made mass Hippicon. Then you might be like, okay, I'll just switch to full Wolfstark. That's fine.
Then again, you know, Odin is very, very, very good on this map, but historically they've been struggling with Ra. So maybe Zeus also has some kind of potential here. Underworld would be a huge mobility tool for sure.
Yeah, that's true as
And the
well.
gold mines are, well, they're double gold mines, right? But after a while, they will run out, and the second gold mine is never close here.
Yeah, I think the problem with it though is the double gold mine. It takes so long.
Mm-hmm.
Zeus cannot uphold like a 1TC Athena push to kick someone off. Like Odin will always be up heroic by then, or should be up heroic by then in most normal cases.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
In fact, the way Matt's playing this so far, he's going on chickens here. You know, I know it's nice, the boar and the chicken, you can place the granary there, but it's gonna hurt your age up, definitely.
It's definitely a lot slower than hunt, and there's so much hunt on this map that generally it wouldn't be a huge issue to just keep hunting. Of course, you would have to secure your villagers somehow, but there are 9 elk in the north corner here. That is so hard to say no to.
Okay, it did get up in a normal time, so it didn't hinder him too much. So he's going Hermes. Can we have a look at how much he's got on wood to see if he's going centaurs or not?
So that's 3, 6,
3,
maybe
6,
7 with this. 8. Yeah, that's centaurs.
8. Okay, yeah, 8 centaurs, 2 in favor. Yeah, okay, definitely centaurs then.
And a little bit of gold mining to get a TC later on. Once he has like 3 centaurs, I guess. 3 is the magic number to snipe villagers on Vuble. It's 2 on EE. It's a lot weaker here, but the normal attacks at least are just fine.
Yeah, I think you also need to keep an eye on one-shotting, like, just units. Like, I think you need 4 for a raiding cav.
Right.
And I guess 3 for Ulsark then, I guess. And I think only 2 as well for throwing axemen, so... But that's... Throwing axemen are not going to be made here for a while, I don't think.
They shouldn't be. Not against this. So we got the Tail of Cerberus, we've got the Bridle of Pegasus, we've got Harmonious Necklace, and... what's this? Black Lotus, and there should be a 5th relic somewhere.
There should be 6 total.
6, okay. Ankh of Ra, and the Eye of Ornlu. So if you go relic hunting on this map, you'll be well rewarded. Not crazily though in this specific case.
Yeah, but the myth unit special attack, if Matt gets his hand on that, that would be nice, but I don't see that happening. It's quite far away.
Oof, Ulfsark sniped.
Well, that's nice. Dealt with that
No scopes.
potential annoyance. Sylvan Lore going up. Yep. Double Longhouse.
Oh, nice. The Harmonious Necklace is a pretty good pickup for our Odin player.
Triple Longhouse. Okay, so RC being made is the choice by Shelty. It's gonna be interesting to see who's gonna raid better here. And in fact, once Thundering Hooves kicks in, the RC will be faster than the Centaurs.
Yes, so if you micro that really nicely, you should be able to get the surround on them there. Not that big.
It gets increasingly dangerous the moment that you get like, 6 or 7 Centaurs out there.
Oh yeah.
One shot like 2 RC at a time and then just run away. Like, yeah, your RC might be slightly faster, but you can't really chase them.
Scout taking some damage for the boys. Gotta do what you gotta do. Centaurs are not gonna be great against Valkyries either, by the way. So once their number starts rising, it's expensive though with the food, but
yeah,
we might see some of that stuff, especially if this is such a 1TC focused game.
Centaurs also lose their value though once this. The Valkyries lose their value though the moment the Centaur number creeps up, because they can start really sniping those as well. So it's all about, can you keep the Centaur numbers down enough?
Well, Matt has them on auto queue. And Bolt has been used.
Yeah.
No forest fire.
There. Okay, there's a decent number of hers here. In fact, Shelty's got a fair number of units here. Like, there's a couple of RC in the back raiding while this fight's going on, and this fight is not particularly favored for Zeus at the moment.
No, not at
it's
all.
quite rough right now. If he can pick up 1 or 2 more hearse here. Oh.
Ah! Oh, that
One
always
Centaur's
hurts.
Lost. Yeah. But slowly but surely these hearse here are dying as well. Oh, dude, 1 more hit. Every hit just hurts so much, you know.
Yeah, you can't
Another
heal
free
them
hit
up
there.
here. It's not EE.
Yeah, so while this whole fight's going on, although he hasn't found anything, he could have been finding stuff with those RC. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily
Oh,
a bad fight there. And
he's
yeah,
about
that's
to
gonna
now.
be... Can you see that? Yeah.
It's automatic.
Yeah, the RC got a small line of sight. Oh my god!
That is a good forest fire, weakening the villagers significantly.
That's what, two dead?
Definitely
dead
3
should be at
dead,
least.
but will he get the 4th? He's not even trying. Okay. Meanwhile, this is still going on.
Yeah.
Another
Centaur
centaur
dead.
dies. That is highly unusual. The
Yeesh.
Matreiuss has to
Yeah,
leave.
it's
This
not
is
looking
just too
good.
much.
Maybe if he pulls those other 3 units into the fight, he might be able to do something here.
Raiding Kava still doing stuff in the back as well. And there's gonna be even more of them soon. Throwing Axemen is starting to be produced. Not sure why.
Ooh, that's giving Matt a little bit of a break, to be honest. I think any more RC and he'll be overrun.
I think it's just because Shelty has way too much wood for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be worth for him to just focus his macro, like just move the wood gatherers onto the berries even for that matter.
Yes.
And just keep pumping the RC, get the giant fleet of raiding cav and overwhelm.
Yeah, it's totally okay to just stop gathering wood for a moment. You don't
Yeah.
super need it right now. Make a bunch of houses, I guess, with that 1 throwing axe that you made. And oh, he's massing them, dude.
Oh, okay, maybe he's looking to take a TC then. He kind of has the resources for it once he drops off some food. But Matt's Centaur's numbers are climbing again, like, although he's lost, I think, 2 total so far? Or was it more already? I think 2.
It's either 2 or 3, I don't know. I think it's 2.
4 is becoming a bit dangerous, because now we can one-shot RC, even medium, I think. So every time they see each other, 1 RC will be dead.
Oh, by the way, 1 more good use of that wood would be shields.
Yeah, maybe that...
It's the
I wonder where
Centaurs.
the threshold is for the Centaurs to one-shot something. There one goes. And now Matt doesn't really need to chase, he'll just wait until his special is back online and then he can pick up another.
Oh, perfect surround on the Hippicon. Never had a chance.
Yeah, 5 Centaurs now.
Yeah, separate them out. That's totally fine. Go after some vills. Maybe if he can find these throwing axe, that would be also pretty good. Oh, he's right there.
Oh yeah, you should see the TC going up.
Matt, no.
I mean, if Matt somehow finds those vills in the corner,
I guess that's also fine, but the
that would
TC
be
will be able
brutal just
to...
as much.
The TC can replenish those in no
Is he
time.
gonna find it?
Oh,
no, he's
no
not running
way.
there.
That is so unlucky. This map is huge though, so understandable.
Yeah, it's... I wonder if he's even scouted that there's boar there. Like, I have no idea. No idea what the players have scouted.
Yeah, I wish you could see their perspectives.
And now the Centaurs are so far out of position as well to help with this fight here. I don't
Wow
think
is
Matt
finally coming in.
doesn't want to fight this. You don't want to fight this.
The worst part is, Hagrid, that he doesn't have pickaxe, so he can't actually afford to triple pump the Hippicons with that few villagers.
What are the Centaurs doing? Okay, didn't look like they got much done here.
Looks like nothing, actually. They just run past.
Yeah, meanwhile, this is kind of costing Matreiuss a lot of money here, these Hippicons.
Dude, is Shelty going to knock him out of this tournament? There's no Hippicons left.
And it's all Matreiuss' fault. Picking Poseidon. I mean, who knows, maybe Shelty would have won that game, but it was definitely something that could have gone completely differently.
Yeah, Matt's real good on water, so that's gonna be a tough one. But this is, I think, a favorite matchup actually for Shelty.
Yeah, I would say this is Odin favored. Okay, now the centaurs are back, but all the hippicons are already dead.
Yeah, a little late to the party there. Matreiuss is also mining the outer gold mine. Towers aren't upgraded. Pickaxe is even yet still not in. Oh my god, the centaurs are going down. That's the last two.
And they're all very low. They can't really risk. Even a throwing X-Men are a threat now because they can just one-shot the centaur at this point.
Yeah, Shelty has double production of villagers in the back while he's killing villagers, so it's even worse for Matreiuss.
And Matt does not want to give up this game. This is his last... Oh man,
He's fighting.
Yeah, he's gonna have to cast it. But, you know, Shelty being on 2 TCs is very happy with how this is turning out now. Yeah, Matt having...
Transition. Oh man,
Yeah.
against hunting, that is so painful. There's boar everywhere still for Shelty to enjoy.
Imagine if he found those hunters.
That could have helped a lot, but
Oh,
I still don't think it would have solved the situation. Like, he still needed to use
No.
ceasefire to reunite his army before that fight.
At least Shelty's eco would be struggling.
True.
At least a bit. But yeah, right now... Cool. That's getting watchtower up, but he can't even block that tower off. It's covered by blue units.
Yeah, the other towers might help a little bit, but they're so far away as well. And yeah, like you said, it's not walled off.
Might be able to hold on for now, but this gold mine is still harassable. And I think Shelty really just wants to just try and... You know, if he can fight, sure, but try not to overcome it and just go heroic instead. Oh, actually, the hunt might be caught by the centaurs.
Okay, that's good. The centaurs are
great.
super weak, so it's probably the best use of them at this point.
Yeah. He's looking around during the ceasefire.
Matreiuss has no business out on the map with the capital. Oh, the centaur gets
Oh.
surrounded. My goodness.
And
So
another one is
expensive.
running the wrong way, maybe.
I
mean,
Shelty
villager
just grabbing TC. Yeah, fair enough.
Oh no, centaur, please, Matt, stop losing centaurs. No.
Ah, that's a
Ow.
disaster, dude. Matreiuss is tilting. I think that he's just not playing to his full potential today.
Yeah, strange how this went. I mean, I'm saying that past tense, but it's still going. But it's looking increasingly more difficult for Matt to come back here. Oh man, he's full pop, but somehow his army just doesn't match up to Odin's army in 3 TC.
Yeah, there's no way that's gonna happen on one town center right now. He won't be able to catch up.
It's looking kind of okay on the throwing X-Men side, but there's no heroes to deal with the Valks right now. Oh, another centaur picked off in the back there. Kind of won the fight somehow. If you had an Odysseus here, all the Valkyries would have been cleaned up. That would have been nice, but... I mean, the villager count's going to start skyrocketing for Odin here, and Matt has got limited time to come back in that sense.
How do you deal with Ragnarok?
Yeah. I mean, it's not... Heroic is not there yet. So Mythic is even further away, but...
It's just
Matt's going to have to start
once
thinking about his
you-
own second gold.
once you max out on the gatherers, all that food spending is not gonna go towards them. So the food should skyrocket at that point, making heroic easy. Oh, some idols. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that sucks. Lucky for Matt.
That's how Matt comes back into this, right? Oh man,
Hopefully.
2 centaurs just died. There's more though. Wow, he's making this work. Unbelievable. Somehow, some way.
Surely he can't push into this TC though. Yeah, he's
Oh
gonna
no,
start
no, no.
raiding.
Don't raid.
It's gonna hit that gold. There's only 5 dwarves on it, but at least it's something. Something to try and get him back into the villager count game.
He's not gonna stay in fight.
Yeah, okay, I was just
There
gonna
we
say. Well, you do need to actually hit the villagers.
Okay, centaurs could also hit something more useful than a longhouse, I would say. Let's see if we can find something. Shelty might be falling apart a little bit here. He's making units
surprising.
still.
I think the throwing X-Men are hurting him so much. If this was pure RC, he would not be
yeah.
losing these fights.
Yeah, why isn't he
Throwing
adding some
axe.
Ulfsarks to the throwing axe instead? He's got the medium upgrade.
thing is, he's struggling on foot, especially now that he's on 3 TCs. Like this main hunting patches are now finally starting to exhaust.
That's the money shot,
Ooh.
Hagrid.
But he might notice it immediately, so he's gonna get
Yes.
some nice pickoffs here.
Shelty fighting with the Wills. Oh,
Oh,
no
man.
way, Shelty.
He's doing it. He's gonna lose a few Wills, but it's gonna kill all the Hippicons. Most of them. He could probably finish off the rest, to be honest.
He actually killed them.
Yeah. I mean, some of them were quite low health as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, to be fair, this is equalizing the villager count.
Yeah, that's true. And Matt's still on 1 TC though, so again, like he has to keep doing the same damage he just did. Over and over.
Gold Starve? What is this? These guys have been pushed off the gold mine too.
Oh yeah, I guess there were a couple of centaurs there.
Oh, Matreiuss is causing absolute chaos with just a little bit of eco he's got. This is such a huge problem for Shelty. All he can make is Valkyries.
Yeah, and they're being picked off by the centaur number because there's 5 plus Odysseus.
Kind of shooting at the Raven now, but they've got it.
Oh my god, Matt. Are you doing this? Are you really coming back?
Dude, if he comes back from this, I'm gonna lose my shit.
That
What is this?
absolutely legendary if he comes back from this. Oh my god.
This might be the comeback of the year. Certainly on a Matreiuss tournament, we've not seen anything like this. This is really once in a lifetime opportunity in tournaments. The Hippicon might be able to cut off the path for these villagers here. They do have Spirited Charge, so they are speedy.
Oh my god. The villager can go in Shelty's favor because he's still pumping 3 TCs. But after this raid.
Oh, derpy, herp.
Not quite the block you wanted there.
That was
still
very
the damage
derpy.
is big.
Dude, he's going up Apollo. Unbelievable. He's grabbing a TC.
He's taking a TC as well. Oh my god.
My goodness, Matreiuss, you're doing it.
How is this happening? It's just throwing axemen. You keep losing fights because of throwing axemen.
He's making way more of them too. Like there's 14 throwing axemen. Like Santa or Hippicon are not gonna care.
At this point, Shelty's gonna have to get towers up. Oh, even more. Did he see them? No, I didn't see them.
Okay, that's lucky.
Okay, you can't fight this one though.
Oh yeah, best not take that.
Yeah, come in from the other side. Oh, we lost the center there. Potentially another? No.
It's okay at this point. Once Zeus is 2 TC at least and has the gold mines secured, it's more or less fine. Like he's got 2 gold mines right there.
I would kind of like to see hoplites almost, just to wipe out the TC. But maybe that's a bit too ambitious because there's throwing axemen everywhere.
Well, gonna pick off one of the Valkyries at least, but Centaurs are also taking a beating.
I don't think this fight in particular is good for Matt here.
Maybe not, but this one might be.
Maybe secure this position. Oh man, still, after all this.
The Manticore is going to town.
Shelty is still in a decent position. He's got villager lead, he's on gold. Got resources banked. It's not heroic yet though.
Oh no, he's real far away from that actually.
He really needs to start his farm transition properly, and he's got the wood for it, so he can do it.
Yeah, the Manticore will have something to say about these throwing axemen. I wonder if he's making more. Oh, he's making more! That's such a good answer to this, and he's going to find these wood villagers as well if he looked. Ah, can't see them now.
Valkyrie's been one of the final units that's actually been a bit of a problem to deal with, but slowly but surely they're being cleared up as well. And now 2 Manticores against pure throwing axemen. Oh man. Skady is up by Shelty. He managed to squeeze in the heroic age. And, you know, Matt doesn't have an option to take a 30C. And once Shelty's heroic, it's becoming a bit more scary. The rag potential through the market.
Yeah, that's definitely there. But Matreiuss is also maxing out on villagers, and the villager numbers are gonna get cut down further by these heavy Hippicon with 15 attack, and bronze weapons done. Yep, that is it. Shelty is idle all over the map. We got the worst hunting patches of all time ever.
Oh my god, yeah, the villager count is equalized once again.
Wow.
In fact, oh no, just not quite. It was just about to trickle into Matt's favor for once, but not quite.
Well, the hill forts are gonna be on the way. Do you just use the heavy Hippicon as hoplites here to take down the TC? I mean, they're pretty strong.
Oh, Hera is 3% Hera.
Ooh, wow.
He's gonna wipe out another 15 villagers and the entire army. Because these are just throwing X-Men. They're gonna die to Lightning Storm really fast.
That's right. Lightning Storm does pierce damage, so you would need like a ton of Jarl, Huskarl, and Frost Giants really to deal with it, but that's not happening.
I don't believe in my portable ram strat.
Portable ram strat.
He's slowly tricking away at this TC with the Hippicon. I don't know if it's really the right move here, to be honest. I think you'd rather just make a fortress. Yeah. And then once you're mythic, just make a Heliopoli, it's fine. This is costing him a bit much and giving Shelty time to just gather resources. And counter raid even, because there's a goldmine raid on the top left.
I think Matt might find this now. Here goes the villager fight. Oh, he freezes them.
Check the top left. Yeah,
oh,
okay.
The counter attack. Maybe
well, Matt's
this
actually ahead in villagers, but that might turn around again.
Is he gonna just slap the TC with the vills? No way. Why's he going through here?
Storm? What?
Oh, they're peacefully sharing the gold mine. How cute.
Yeah, what? I don't see a place to cast Lightning Storm at the moment.
No.
I mean, I guess now here maybe.
Yeah, that's gonna wipe out all the. No, it's not. It's not gonna wipe them. They're just gonna garrison. Matt, what are you doing?
Well, it's gonna do some damage, but
I guess it didn't garrison the throwing, the raiding cap, so still hurt.
He's dead.
And there's two manticores ready to deal with the throwers. Hippicons meanwhile.
Champion Cav incoming.
Whoa.
This Matt is still playing Poseidon.
Huh? He's a Poseidon player. He's even getting Prodromos, like full Poseidon style here.
I don't even think you need them against the. Well, there's Jarls coming now, actually.
Fair enough. Heavy raiders as well, Hagrid. So, I'm sold.
Yeah. I was thinking throwing X-Men, but those numbers are finally going down. Because, you know, they've been causing nothing but harm here. They're just losing fights. Oh. Yeah, Champion Cap might be quite a bit of a swing, but on the other hand, if Shelty can go up...
Genius Odysseus, out of the hill fort range. Great underworld too. And Shelty has no gold mine, so yeah, it will be difficult to go up to Mythic. He'll have to sell all his wood, and he still doesn't have the food, and you know, with so many villagers dying and Shelty trying to actually make the villagers back, this is gonna take him forever to reach Mythic. The Medusa also getting huge value there.
The villagers going back onto gold. No, you're not winning this location at the moment.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's a hill fort here, but... Oh my god, the villager count is plummeting.
There is 16 attack on the heavy, on the champion Hippicon here. And they've just killed every single villager. Shelty is down to 53.
Oh, is that the GG?
I think they're typing something. I can't see what it is due to this thing. Unfortunately,
God,
I am so sorry. GG though, Matreiuss made the biggest comeback of all time, and he was even going for the Myrmidon's transition here, probably.
Wow.
That was the craziest thing I've ever seen in Age of Mythology.
This is why Matt is #1 at the moment. I mean, I can't say for sure he's #1, but you know, it's top 3 at least.
At least.
Jeez. That seemed completely over.
I don't know how the hell he came back there, but that took a series of events, that's for sure.
It all started when 2 almost dead centaurs rated on the left.
Yes.
That toppled the domino.
Yeah, then he just kept going, but that so good. So good. We want to thank our MetaPlace website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep hosting events. As we reach higher subscription goals, we can increase the prize pools of the events we host. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description. And remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.